I'm Captain Tommy Scoville, and you are on the lifeboat, and you will probably not be able to see me anyway. Oh, this is uh, this is the dark face of insomnia, people. This is Captain Tommy Scoville, wide awake at 1:30 in the morning after what was a absolutely horrific um, bad dream. Same bad dream. Where the person kicks or stomps somebody that I love, and makes a horrific nightmare if you really want to know the truth. It's rather unpleasant. So, for a little midnight stroll through the desert. Oh, what are we at? Is it midnight? 1:30? I don't know what time it is. It's too dark out here to see. I don't know if I can see you live chat or any chat or top chat. Yeah, honestly, I don't care. I guess this is more of a video blog. This is because I didn't feel like journaling after a horrific nightmare. So I thought I would get up and walk about. Hey Donna, how you doing? I don't know if you're gonna be able to see me, Donna, but I'll take you for a tour. I'm gonna take you for a tour of Tucson, Arizona, in the middle of the night. How's that? Well, I'm sorry that you can't sleep, Donna. Truthfully, I am. I was out here and I was out here and I was walking around and a funny thing did happen though. There's a very famous watch guy on the internet, and I've actually done a little business with this cat in my watch business. Well, hello, hello, fellow insomniacs. So this watch guy, I did one deal with, and to be really honest, I would be dishonest if I said the guy ripped me off or anything like that, because he didn't. Um, Actually, the deal went the way that it was supposed to. And the watch that I got was exactly what it was supposed to be and everything else. But you ever just deal with somebody and you walk away going, there's something wrong with that person? So much so that in spite of the fact that I got a really good deal on a Rolex from him, I never bought anything from him again. And he was arrested by the Federal Bureau of Investigation for getting off with a lot of money from a lot of people. So a ton of people lost watches and other things. Very, very happy that I stopped doing business with this cat when I did. But I'll probably do at least one true crime story on this because it's a crossover. There's a bit of, I mean, it's a watch thing, so obviously I'm super into watches. Um, but there's all, let's see, models have a way of turning into big channels, and I've got mad respect. The building a YouTube channel is not as easy as people think. I mean, I've been really blessed in that I kind of lucked my way into a series of pretty incredible communities. But I didn't. I didn't have to sort of one at a time this the way a lot of other people have had to do. I've been blessed, but it's still a hell of a lot of work. Um, the YouTube things, it's something. Janine K, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad you're all here. So this is, let's see, can you guys see any stars? Can you guys catch this? Let's see here. It might be impossible with the phone the way it is, but it's a hell of a night for stars. Believe it or not, people, as dark as this is that you're looking at, I live in Tucson, Arizona. So Tucson is it's a really good-sized city. Um, I mean, technically, I live in the Catalina foothills, but it's part of Tucson. But I got far enough out where the light pollution and all of that is kind of non-existent, which is kind of cool. Gives me an opportunity to come out and look at stars, which was actually a really big deal for me on my list of things. When I was looking for a house, you spend 13 years not seeing a star, and it'll have an effect on you. We're going to this Mount Everest that I'm climbing right now. I mean, this puppy is literally straight up and down. I wish you guys could see this in a better light, but this driveway is this driveway requires a tremendous amount of effort to get to the top of. It is extremely, extremely steep. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can figure out how to work this thing. Not very good with technology, period. All right, so you can see a star over my shoulder. But as we get a little bit further toward my home, where it'll get, it really kind of gets dark up here. So you can't see it currently, but off where you see all of those lights is Finger Mountain, where Alan Ballantyne fell down. Sorry, but I figure Alan will be watching this at after breakfast before he goes for his walk. I thought I would just remind him that he fell on it was actually horrific and it scared the hell out of me, but I can laugh about it now. But Alan felt pretty good, made a terrible sound. Look at all of us recovering drug addicts who simply cannot sleep. Kind of frustrating, isn't it? It's you see the stars now. You're gonna get a better view of them as we're rounding the corner here. I'm now on my land, so hold on. That, I think, should be a much better view of the stars. And apparently I just made friends with a local dog. The coyotes make sounds you wouldn't believe when they find prey. Now I'm trying to whisper so I don't wake up all of the dogs in the neighborhood. It's kind of a rude thing to do in the middle of the night. Sorry. I need a dog. It's one of my next acquisitions. I am going to go and find myself a dog. I wanted Elvis, but I don't think that Vanessa is ready to part with him. But he is the greatest dog in the entire world. If you've never been over to the Gray Zone to see him, he is the coolest dog alive. Okay, people, are you ready? So that is the view of Tucson. So it's kind of lovely at night. You can come out here. Proper Tucson would be right there. That's where the university and the big A on the wall is, and on the mountain and all of that. That is not technically downtown Tucson. That's actually kind of just down the street from my house where I do all of my eating. Are you kidding me? You think anything on planet Earth could dethrone squirrel? I don't think you have an appreciation for just how much squirrel runs this house. I had no idea what I was in for when I adopted that cat. Squirrel Nut is a diva. Honestly, under the best of circumstances, she's a diva. Cemetery, what the hell are you doing awake? Good God, why are we all awake? All right, look, I'll start. I had a horrific nightmare. where I watched somebody that I love get attacked. And I've been having this dream, actually stopped having it. I went and saw a mental health professional and was given a non-narcotic pain medication, a non-narcotic sleep medication that really was doing great in terms of putting my brain to bed. Is it not cold out there this time of night, Captain? It's incredibly cold out here at this time of night. Um, we are in the desert, so in the daytime, we can get, not this time of year, but even this time of year in the daytime, we'll hit anywhere from the low end of about 65 or 70 to the high end of 105, 110, somewhere in there. In the summer, we can hit 120, but it's only for a couple of months. The rest of the year is actually incredible. It's like living in San Diego. Like, how I don't care where you, because the wintering you get in Tucson is like, if you get the entire experience in one day, because it's right now it's 1:30 and it's freezingly it's brutally cold, but at 4:30 or 5 a.m., like if you get up to go to work at 5 a.m. in this state, you need a coat. You need a sweatshirt under the coat. It's winter. And then, you sort of get spring at about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. It starts warming up a little bit. And, uh, and by noon or 1 o'clock, summer starts, and you can go swimming and do whatever you want. It's absolutely beautiful. And, you go from there. It's all of the holidays. Everything will be, all of the seasons you can celebrate in one fell swoop. And just to keep everybody in the loop, part of the stress of my life, I think I may have an offer on the house in Nevada, which would be really fantastic because I bought the house in Tucson before I sold the other one. By the way, bad idea. If you're considering moving, sell your first house first. But I didn't want to lose this house. I thought that this place was perfect and nobody can accidentally drive by my house. I love that. Like, there was a lot of stuff on the list that it needed that it had, like uh, the pool and the hot tub and all of that stuff. It was what I wanted to become old in, and I'm old. I'm absolutely old, so yeah. So I've probably walked, I don't know, a mile and a half. I didn't ring you up immediately after the nightmare. I kind of went outside and started walking, and I was like thumbing through, um, looking at all of the analytics and doing all that, and I was like, you know what, screw it. I started feeling lonely, and I figured I'd call and work through with you guys. This sucks because, I'm not trying to sound like a wimp, but the dreams are so bad that, um, like, I'm not ready to have that dream again. You know, one of those things that it's just difficult as hell, and I don't want to have the dream again. So I end up staying up much later than I would like, and for this reason, I don't end up with a whole lot of sleep. Well, what did you go to sleep at 7 o'clock for, Lori T? Actually, you probably just fell asleep. Like, did you intentionally go to sleep at 7 o'clock? If you intentionally go to sleep at 7 o'clock, it's a lock that you're going to wake up in the middle of the night. Saturday and Sunday, I didn't sleep at all. And then yesterday, slept all day intermittently because I kept waking up due to nightmares. Oh man, I feel you. I really do, I feel you. Over the course of the time, this nightmare started for me in 2013. In the fall of 2013 is when I started having this recurring nightmare. It goes away sometimes for like 6 months, 8 months, a year. If there's nobody in my life, right? If there's nothing like shocking going on in my life, it was really bad when my daughter came back into my life because I continually had dreams that the attacks were on my daughter. So when Cedar was just getting back into my life, these things were every day, and I was going to see counselors and really, really going through it. But those dreams went away the more I got used to my daughter and knowing that I wasn't going to lose her and stuff like that, then the dreams kind of died down. And I would have one every once in a while if I had a really bad day or if I hadn't heard from her in a while or something like that. But because of what I do with the lifeboat, um, I have been forced to crawl out of a shell that I was very comfortably hiding in for a very, very long time. Like I preach all this stuff about connection, but I wasn't doing a whole lot of it. And the more you connect with people, the better a chance you have of meeting people that will dramatically change your life. And if you have people in your life that can dramatically change it, they seem to be able to crank up nightmares like very few things. Cemetery bro, you are loving life. I'm sorry you can't sleep, but not nightmares is such a nice thing. It really is. It is such a nice thing. Yeah, the dream is based on something that I watched. Just that, I relive it, and it's always changed a little bit. This person is, yeah. Anyway, the people, that when Buddha passed, I had nightmares about him, and the same crap happened with Cindy, and the same. I mean, we just every time we lose somebody, that happens. It's just obviously very tied to my emotional well-being or my psyche or whatever. But I've just had a lot of emotional crap going on lately. I would say that the last 9 days have been as rough as any I can remember since leaving prison. And I just mean there's so much going on, and I'm in the dark in a lot of it, and that's part of life. There's a lot of things that we do that we kind of stay in the dark until it's time to pull the trigger and move forward. And I'm just not very good at those things. I like seeing the big picture laid out in front of me and having some kind of an idea of what I'm doing. That old chestnut where it makes you feel like you have some kind of control. Right now, I'm wildly out of control. I mean, I'm sober and I'm taking care of like that kind of stuff, but the exactly I'm along for the ride, so to speak, and that's part of this kind of a YouTube channel anyway, right? Uh, if you went back 9 months from now and from today and said, "Hey, let me tell you how big time you're going to be tied in the ex-Scientology community," I would have looked at you with a really stupid, crap-eating grin on my face and went, "Huh?" It's but the channel being the kind of channel that it is, and the way that the channel is set up, I have kind of just I'm along for the ride. I think I've turned down more interviews in the last 6 days than I had been offered interviews in the first year and a half. This true crime genre thing is really, really taking off, and so is Scientology, by the way. But in terms of genres that are becoming really popular on the big red button, true crime is probably the fastest growing segment. And sadly, people would like to hear about true crime. Gregory Smith says, question, Captain, when I was young, I loved sleeping because part of the process was I had wonderful dreams. As an adult, I cannot remember when the last time I had a happy or good dream. It's always a nightmare. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get intimately involved with the process of your dreamings, right? So you're going to have to get another journal, a dream journal. And what you need to do is keep that dream journal, I mean, as close to the nightstand and as close to you as you can possibly get. Clip a pen to it so you don't have to look for it or anything else. And when you roll over in the morning, I mean before you get up to pee, before you brush your teeth, before you do anything, put the pen to the paper. Don't try to remember dreams. Don't try to do anything. Just write down the first 5 or 10 words that pop into your head. And they may not make any sense at all when you read them, right? It'll say, Mambo dog face to the banana patch, right? Make absolutely no sense, just complete and utter gibberish. And then go about your day, do what you do, have lunch, come back, and you will read that and you'll go, Mambo dog face to the banana patch. Oh, I had this dream that I was in, Massachusetts with these guys that I went to college with, and all of these things start coming back to you because the whatever it is and however our mind works, you dump out what was there. what you're really doing is just releasing images and thoughts and that you had in your dome unresolved before the sleep session was over, if that makes any sense. But you can begin to teach yourself to remember your dreams. This is absolutely possible, but you have to work at it. And it has to be something that you do, I mean, religiously. If you get up to take a leak at 2:30 in the morning, grab that dream journal and write down whatever words pop in your head, and you'll get good at reading those, and they will trigger the memories from the dream. And the more you do that, the more you're going to get accustomed to remembering them. But it is absolutely possible for those who do not remember their dreams to begin to. I wouldn't lie to you. Hey, inappropriate heifer, good to see you. Tampa Bay. Holy hell, Tampa Bay. It's late. We were talking about people with the inability to remember their dreams. I know, right, Tampa Bay? My excuse is a horrific nightmare and the inability to deal with said nightmare one more time tonight. It sucks when I get the nightmares really early in the evening, right? Ideally, I want to have a bed dream at about 4 a.m. and then roll out of bed and journal and do some yoga and then do lifeboat. But if I get that, yeah, Tampa, I get it. See, I would sleep 15 hours if I could. But what's going to happen is I'm going to have some PTSD nightmare that's going to make me not want to sleep anymore. And that's just kind of the reality of it. And uh, I am, my best friend was in town visiting me a while ago, and they kind of take the reins because I am not good at taking care of myself always. And they booked doctor appointments for me and got it all squared away for the sleep thing. And I went to the first one, and I got to get a recommendation from them to go to the sleep specialist who does a sleep study. And it's just this huge, long ass process. But I got the process started, which is good. And I have an appointment. I was going to say tomorrow, but I guess we're into today. So I have an appointment today that starts the whole sleep cycle thing. Yeah, the night walk. Well, you know what? Here's the thing, people. I mean, this is me practicing the things that I preach, right? I woke up after this bad dream, and I'm not going to get in. I mean, I told you what the dream is. Doesn't matter who the person is, but at 1:30 in the morning, I can't call this person, right? There's no way for me to call this person and just say, you know what, I'm really worried about you. I had a dream, and it was horrific to watch, and and I'm thinking about you, and I'm sad. Right? That's not a call you make at 1:30 in the morning. But I was laying in bed having those thoughts, and it was just the automatic negative thoughts were running rampant and telling me just one really nice doomsday prediction concerning people I love. So I just said, I'm getting out of this room. Right? Those aren't doing me any real good. So I got up and I went in the living room and tried to pop on something that was going to make me laugh. And the automatic negative thoughts had no problem overriding Seth MacFarlane and Family Guy. So I just opened the door and walked out. Um, yeah, I mean, for me, the dreams only go back 10 years. Um, prior to that, I never had a PTSD dream in my life, but they started a decade ago after I watched what's his name get killed, and it's been well since I watched him get murdered. Uh, but since that event, it's kind of been nonstop. Norway, welcome to the lifeboat. This is not normally the. This is not a normal lifeboat show. This is not normally what I do, but the reason that it seems quite dark is because it's the middle of the night and I'm walking in the Catalina foothills of Tucson in the desert, the as a way of kind of coping with my nightmare. Yeah, I'm moving back by the sea next year just so I can walk by the shore whenever I can't sleep. Hearing waves calms my soul. I love that, Tegan. I love that, Tegan. I would, I think everyone should strive to do everything in their power to try to put themselves into situations that make them comfortable. Right, nothing wrong with that, especially if there are no substances and chemicals involved. You know, my recommendation, truthfully, to everyone, my recommendation is connection, right? Sometimes connection will give you bad dreams and stick you out in the middle of the night. But sometimes connection has the potential to replace drugs, right? It has the ability to make you feel like you wanted to feel every time you stuck a needle in your arm or a straw up your nose, right? Every time you rolled a joint or you drank until you couldn't see straight. Every time we did that, every time we caught a buzz, and hell, it's a small crowd. We got about 25 people here, but you add up the number of times we all got high, and if you had $1 for all of those, right, we could all fly to Italy and we could just discuss this in person. The amount of times that we caught a buzz or we tried to knock the edges off of how we felt. Um, that person has the ability, or the two of you together would have the ability uh, to give you what you always sought through that chemical. I assure you, that's not happening to me out here at 2 o'clock in the morning, standing in the middle of the desert. But um, it happens to people, right? And it really does. It happens to people. I've watched it happen. Get get clean, get sober, take care of yourself, right? Take care of yourself. Get happy with who you are. And there's an excellent chance that you might just find the person that actually completes you, and the two of you um, may just live a beautiful life. And you guys got a wicked head start, right? I don't know any of you who have robbed any banks or sold any guns, right? It's a lot easier if your reputation isn't smutted up by the entire world. But for real, work on you, right? If you're up in the middle of the night, do a little journaling. Honestly, you say, Tommy, you're not journaling. The hell I'm not. I'm talking to every single person about my problems. I'm talking to the entire world about them, and I'm recording the damn thing. It's going to be here forever. This is as close to a journal as you're going to get from me at 2 o'clock in the morning after a horrendous nightmare. But damn it, it's pretty close to journaling, isn't it? Isn't it? I think it is. Goals are huge. I go through waves, people, too. I haven't done a show on goal setting in a while. I 2 weeks ago, I got on this goal thing, right? And it became sort of the only important thing in my in the world. And changes in situations make you focus on different things. And I decided that the most important thing in the world was making lists, getting the things on that list done. Um, I think I might have been flashing back to someone I loved at one time who was big into lists. I'm not exactly sure, but I got into this big list thing, and I started to knock them out. And a lot of these interviews and a lot of the things that I've done in the last 8 or 9 days um, have been based on that terror, session of lists and goals that I worked on. Now I'm actually trying to back off from that and maybe work on my dome piece. Do you know the terror of he who falls asleep? To the very toes he is terrified because the ground gives way under him and the dream begins. Wow. I love that. Goals are road signs to remind you of the speed limit to get you to your destination safely. Wow, you guys are on fire. How about I just grab a chair and one of you takes over? Actually, that won't work. I would have to sit on a saguaro cactus where I am right now, and that would probably not be such a great idea. I have done walked a very very long distance away from the casa. Um, I may even run back, see if I can't tire myself out enough to collapse, like to avoid any nightmares. Or if that doesn't work, I'm just going to start pounding coffee, and I will see you people in I don't know what, 3 hours, something like that. Let's check the old timepiece. Yeah. Um, ooh, so we'll it won't be long now. There you go. Go out, print this off. You got a journal reference. Do you know what's really funny? I was about to say to somebody in the chat right now, and I'll tell everybody else. Right? I saw Pip here. Hey Tom, middle of the night star watching was really awesome experience for me. I was about to do the my standard speech about the name Tom versus Tommy, but I didn't realize that was Pip. Pip, fantastic to see you. Much love, hon. Pip is the only person on planet Earth that calls me Tom, and is allowed. Long story, but Pip is allowed to call me Tom. I'm really just not a Tom. I'm a Tommy, but Pip gets a pass. Um, wow, do you realize how late so many people are up? I just got a text from somebody on the East Coast who's doing business. There's so many YouTubers are hardcore. I love it. Yeah, my dreams suck. I'm not gonna lie to you, my dreams suck. Prison is Suffolk County, New York. Got big love, crazy cat. Suffolk County is fantastic. Good morning. You know what? I'm Tampa B. See, Tampa B gets it. I'm really not a Barb. I'm a Barbara. I get it. My son's a Michael. I don't ever call my son Mike. I just, he's not really a that kind of a guy. Just different names. There are people. My sister in high school dated a dude named Richard, and honest to God, like in high school, I didn't realize that I thought people were named Dick. Like you had a child and named them Dick. I didn't realize that Dick is a nickname for people who are named Richard. And the first time I found that out, I would look at my sister's ex. At the time they were no longer together, but I would look at him and try to picture him in my head as Dick. It's impossible. You know what I mean? Like absolutely impossible. People I just saw, without doubt, the largest shooting star I have seen in all of my years on this planet. Almost worth the nightmare. I mean, this baby lit up the entire sky. Wow, that was cool. 13 freaking years without seeing a star. They say if you eat late, you will have dreams. As a rule of thumb, um, I do not eat anything after about 6, unless like it's a date thing. I take somebody out to an actual like dinner. Um, Considerably later then, for the most part. I like to eat early. My life consists of mini fasting anyway. I mean, when I have my niet together, I mini fast and I'm always healthier. But my weight is currently where I want it. In fact, if I put on 2 or 3 pounds, it wouldn't bother me. I'm about as thin as I'm comfortable being, which is good. I did that for the house. Um, Lori, maybe you want to move to Nevada. I got a house I would love to sell you. Uh, Sadly, currently I'm paying bills on 2 houses instead of one. My dad named Chuck. Lost them. Yeah, the you know what? Home ownership is great. It's a very beautiful thing. It really is. 99.9% of the time, and then the 1% really sucks. The my brother posted some video of that unbelievable hailstorm we had, where we had um, about 8 inches of hail in places in the backyard, like measured. I'm not even kidding. 8 inches of hail. That storm did so much damage to my roof, and I'm going to have to pony up a big chunk of change to get that taken care of. And there's just, there are things that are headaches, but if you can't sleep, it's kind of nice to go out on your land and hear how quiet it is, people. Like if I stop talking, you'll think we're disconnected. I will say this neighborhood is really quiet, which is nice because I'm old. And quiet is old. Oh, inappropriate heifer. The number of nights I couch surfed or worse. the the bed in prison, right? You have an inch and a half thick mattress on a metal cookie sheet without, and I do mean without, uh, a pillow of any kind. And I did that horseshit for 13 years. 13 years. Like now, I'll go to someone's house and they'll be like, "Oh, we're gonna sleep on the couch. You can have the bed." I'll be like, "Are you kidding me, man?" No, man. Like I could sleep in a car. I could sleep on the floor. Like honestly, at this point, I've spent so many nights. I did 26 days on paper. I didn't have a mattress. Honestly, 26 days sleeping on a piece of wood. Um, but couch surfing sucks. It does. It's just I've got a really decent perspective on how bad a really bad night's sleep is. I remember last year you going for the Outback Steakhouse for a porterhouse. You sent me a picture of it. You cold-hearted. I can even remember what I was having. The boat is filling up. Not just this evening, but in general, we have been blessed beyond measure. The boat continues to grow. Sadly, it's because there are just so many people out there that need connection. The good news is they're actually getting some. These days when I sleep on the floor, it's for my back, Audrey. I do that a lot, actually. At least one night a week, I do the back thing. Um, because my back is not what it used to be. To anybody joining me on the lifeboat that doesn't normally catch a live, I apologize that the live that you catch is jet black, but I happen to be. This is an insomnia midnight walk. Well, it's turned into a much later than midnight walk, but there we go. Setting off the dogs again. Man, it's quiet in this neighborhood. You hear a dog bark, you know something's up. Tampa, that makes me feel so good. A 22-ounce porterhouse. Good Lord. Donnie, you know what's really funny is I have I have an old friend that I absolutely love. Just a great human being. But this person says my voice puts them to sleep. Right? That my voice just absolutely completely knocks them out. And then every once in a while, this person will call me and say, I can't get to sleep. Can you just talk to me? And I will sit there and talk to the person for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then they'll go, okay, good, hang up on me, and I'll talk to them later or whatever. But yes, I have the ability apparently to put people to sleep with my voice. That's why Squirrel shows up and falls asleep on the regular. There you go. You guys need. I used to skate at 3:30 to 4 a.m. every day for 15 years or more. Still skate after midnight, so no one sees me. Only now ring doorbell eyes follow me. Tampa B, what kind of skating are you doing? That had their own newspaper. Audrey, is that what you mean? Where they print their own newspaper? Absolutely. I've been in. I think I've only been in one or two that did not have their own newspaper. Rollerblading. There you go. There you go, Tampa. I like the idea of you rollerblading around the neighborhood at 3:30. That puts a smile on my face. Yes, their own paper. Yeah, I actually I wrote for a paper in prison actually, and yeah, I've only been to a couple of prisons that don't have them. They're very funny. It is a boat wide phenomenon. Apparently, I'm doing something wrong, right? Everybody should be asleep. The captain's done messed up. Um, so you've been doing that since you were 12, right around the time I became addicted to drugs. Rather sad, isn't it? Well, we're gonna get a double dose of boat, people, because I'm still gonna do the one in the morning. When I say I don't have any desire to have that dream again, I don't have any desire to have that dream again. So what I'll probably do is just pull an all nighter and hopefully be so tired tomorrow night that my brain can't get through a good dream. Donna, I'd like to believe I'm trying. Hold on. The one from Norway lived on the streets of Oslo, winter in Norway. So close to the North Pole. That's cold. I'm a tiny female, and I'm more afraid of sleeping in the woods than the street. Oh, I get that. And oh Lord, I hope you're sleeping inside right now. Hope that you're inside right now. I have slept outside. I was homeless once in my life for 14 days. That's all, and it left a very lasting effect on me. No, Mary Jones, they do not. Fibromyalgia is oh, people. Have I gotten to know a lot of people with fibromyalgia? So many people with fibromyalgia, and I'm so sorry for all of you, and I'm so sorry for the people who get treated like it's not really a an illness. That bums me out because I know it is. I've worked with so many of you. I know the pain's real. It just sucks that the medical community hasn't gotten it together yet. Well, I'm glad you're here, Tampa Bay. Yeah, Tommy Bird, what are you doing? Bon Jovi was my soundtrack. Nice. I lived in Salt Lake City, Utah, and worked at Snowbird, but they had an Olympic training center for figure skaters. And I used to go over there all the time and watch them skate. I used to bring my son with me, and we'd go over there and watch him. It was just incredible to me. Figure skaters are such athletes. I mean, my God. Tampa Bay, you're always up at this hour, and you're on the East Coast. You're now outside, but you're warm. I am not warm. In fact, I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have to sprint home, or I'm going to be in danger of freezing. It's getting really, really cold out here, and to be honest with you, peeps, I'm not dressed the way I should be. But it was a little bit warmer when I walked out. The temperature is dropping, so you don't hear me huffing and puffing and scaring the hell out of everybody. I think I'm going to wrap this up and head back to my casa and maybe do some journaling and make some notes. And we'll talk about something fun here in a few hours, eh? People, thank you for allowing me to. I'm so sorry, Z Dub. I really am. I'm so sorry to all of you who are. It's cold here too, 69. Did you really say that, Tampa Bay? Did you really just say that? You are insane. Thank you, Mary Jones. To all of you, please be safe. And I hope that each and every one of you finds a little bit of sleep tonight. If not, maybe a little bit of rest, huh? Read, do something. But so no cat squirrels up in the house. And I think sadly that I'm going to be changing my outro to. I used to say, we're going to be back at 5 o'clock between now and then. Reach out and try to save somebody. But I think I'm just going to start dedicating them all to the one that got away. Right? Some come back. Right? Some don't. So I think I'm going to start dedicating the shows to the ones that don't come back. All right. God bless all of you, and I hope to see uh, all of you, if not the vast majority of you, on the lifeboat in a few hours. All right, I'm Captain Tommy Scoville. Hope you all get to sleep. God bless.